Hello, Internet, and welcome to DaebakCast episode 135.5. If you're wondering why I'm all alone and why the point 5, Nate was on vacation over the past weekend, and Jacob was moving back into college, so it's just me holding down the fort, trying to do a DaebakCast all by myself. It did give me a chance to sort of rework our end of the month releases / favorite K-pop songs of the month type of thing. So that's what this episode is. It's now officially known as Top 10 K-pop Songs of August 2019. So as the video implies, we're still covering all of the music that's our favorite and stuff that's weird and stuff that's bad. This time we're just sort of reducing it or removing it over to a Reddit article or hopefully in the future a website. So in the description you'll see a link to the post that we made on our K-poppers that'll go through all of our at least my favorite songs that came out during the month, that sort of thing. And then on YouTube, in this space, we'll just do a ranked top 10 of our favorite songs. So it'll keep things short. We won't have to be beholden to covering 3 topics worth of favorite songs. Hopefully it'll work out in the future. Definitely let us know what your thoughts are in the comments after seeing the video. And yeah, as usual, there will be a playlist of all the songs that we'll cover here and more in the description. But before we get into that, be sure to subscribe to us here at youtube.com/trulydaebak. Follow us on Spotify. You can rate us on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, and listen to us on Stitcher and Google Play. If you're preferably an audio listener, reach out to us on social media by following our twitter.com/trulydaebak, and feel free to join our Discord. Link is in the description as always, where you can join our small but growing Discord community. We talk about random stuff like K-pop and ranking releases and that type of thing. That's probably where this inspiration came from. There's the Discord is basically just kind of ground zero for a lot of rankings of groups and sort of quarterly releases type things. So I thought, why not just sort of bring that flavor into the YouTube space. So yeah, if you're interested in doing song ratings every so often, or talking about K-pop or stuff that's not K-pop, join our Discord. It's really fun. Spend a lot of time there, way too much time. Anyway, with the pleasantries out of the way, let's get into the top 10 K-pop songs of August 2019. Starting off with some dishonorable mentions. Thought it best to get these ones out of the way just because I wanted to highlight. I think just going forward every few months we'll have honorable mentions and then some stuff that wasn't so good or just some stuff that was really funny or bad. So starting us off, we have Kpop Kids and their cover of Boy With Love by originally by BTS. So I wrote in the article, if Seoul Town Road didn't convince you that we live in a computer simulation, then basically this Kpop cover of freaking BTS should do the trick. At the least they do it all in Korean. They do, I guess, a good job of trying to sing in Korean, but was it really necessary? Because usually Kpop, they try to do kid-friendly stuff, or just they're trying to take popular songs that are on the radio and remove all the swearing and bad words and adult themes, quote unquote. Is that really necessary with BTS? They're pretty, at least the single especially, they're pretty innocuous as it is. So it just kind of seems like a blatant cash grab to me. But yeah, just something I did not expect to ever see at all. Yeah, K-pop is basically this is probably the K-pop jumping the shark moment, I think. Also on the dishonorable mentions list is Peniel with his song Flip, which features Benzino. Almost specifically for this one line that he has in this song that says, and I quote, "Guys like me, we're like them holographic, shadowless Pokemon cards. We rare." So that's either the greatest English line I've ever heard in a song or the worst English line I've ever heard in a song. I'm not sure yet. I haven't convinced myself either way. But yeah, the whole song is just filled with really cringy English lyrics. And I just can't take it. That Pokemon card line might not even be the worst thing on there. And closing out our dishonorable mentions, we have Girl Kind's XJR and their song Money Talk. Wow. They're talking about money, but I think maybe they took like all of 5 minutes to mix the song. I mean, I don't know. It does not sound like it's mixed well at all. That like the mixing's bad. Like on top of them, like the whole idea of the song just being super try hard. Like they're trying really hard to do like this super sexy American like trap, hip hop, R&B type of song. And basically it just sounds like they took every top 40 song of like the past 5 years, tried to put all of them together, genres be damned or whatever. I mean, I know that's K-pop, but it just doesn't work. I don't know. I think just in general, I don't know if Girl Kind just really works for me. Just a lot of the stuff that the company is just trying to make them do just comes off as super try hard, and yeah, I feel bad. Anyway, negative stuff out of the way. Now we'll get on to the proper top 10 list. Starting us off, we have Wiki Miki and their latest single that came out in August called Tiki Taka, 99%. Nothing to do with football, surprisingly. Tiki Taka is like this sort of like football, like a soccer term, popularized by the Spanish national team. Anyway, so we did a bit of a review of this earlier in the month. You can go check that out. I'll link all of the reviews that we did in the description. Possibly I can use like the cards as well. So yeah, we did a review of Weekend Lull, which is a repackage of Lock and Lull that came out a couple months ago. So, like with this song, like I as I mentioned in the review, like it wasn't like great, like over the top great or bad. It was a pretty good song. I still enjoyed it. I just, as someone that really likes Wiki Miki's sort of unique style, I was expecting a bit more of that. But I mean, regardless, it's still a super catchy song. I've had it stuck in my head all month, especially the chorus. Music video again isn't anything too special. I just love all of like the outfits and the styling and everything. So yeah, Wiki Miki, really solid sort of fun summer comeback. So I'm usually pretty stingy with these, but this is probably one of the better ones I've heard in a while. At number 9, we have Rocket Punch and their debut single, Bim Bam Boom. So we cover another song that we covered in a review. So for those that missed it, this is a new Ulim girl group, which features some Produce 48 trainees and some former J-pop idols, and Takashi Jiri, former Team B captain for AKB48. So I go over more of it in the review. So again, link is in the description for that. But just overall thoughts on the song again. I still really liked it despite it being kind of caught off guard at first, because it has like 2 choruses. Like the first chorus is like this like kind of tropical house standard type of chorus. The second one is this really like fun like drum and bass almost type chorus. So I like the drum and bass style chorus a lot better, but I'm still not as someone that's usually kind of turned off by tropical house, I was surprisingly tolerant, or I even enjoyed it. I don't know. Maybe I just really like this group, but they seem to be doing well. They're almost at 20 million combined views among both the Woolim channel and 1TheK. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with how they're doing so far, and I hope they do well, because this song is really catchy. And obviously I have to root for Produce 48 girls, especially Takashi Jiri, definitely one of my favorites. So yeah, make sure to check that out if you followed the show at all. Number 8, we have 15B 015V. I'm sorry, it's a weird pronunciation. So I think it's 015B and Wine with the song Sweet Melting and Dangerous. So 015B is this 2-man like instrumental group that's been around since 1990. So yeah, definitely been around the block for a while. The whole idea or the concept behind the group is that the 2 of them just sort of work on the instrumentals and the like sort of meat and potatoes of the song, and then they have a guest vocalist feature over their instrumentals. So that's where Wine comes in. She provides the instrument or the vocals to this song, and she's definitely the most standout thing of this entire song. Just the way she sings, the way she lends her vocals to this like really kind of like ominous indie rock type of song. Sounds like almost like a western like type of song at some points, just because of how like the lo-fi or just like distorted some of the sounds come out as. Like there's really cool guitar parts, like a really cool like sort of moving drum section. So The really cool thing about O and 5B is they do pretty much a different song every time. Like they do like different genres and they experiment and they do like they sort of mix stuff. Like in this song, like they mix with this indie rock with like a bit of a trap like instrumental break or that type of thing. So it's a really cool group to sort of follow. I should probably look up more of their history. Sam, I know she really liked this one in terms of Wine and loving the vocals on Sweet Melting and Dangerous. So yeah, if you really like this type of different release than what you're used to with K-pop, or you like this type of music, definitely check this one out. Number 7, we have Bungie from Oh My Girl. So I've been a fan of Oh My Girl for a couple of years now. I don't know if I'd consider myself as one of like the most dedicated on Truly Daebak. I'd probably have to go Sam, but I have been a fan for a long time. I was kind of falling off their music a bit with like Fifth Season and that sort of thing, because I'm usually a bigger fan of like their fun, upbeat type of songs, which is funny because I kind of get tired of cutesy girl group concepts like a lot easier than most people do, but Oh My Girl is like the only group that I'm kind of impervious to that type of thing. So I'm actually pretty happy that they went back to that type of sound with this. It's this really fun summer concept. I love all of the outfits. They look amazing. It's got that like really catchy chorus that I really love from them. It has chanting and that sort of thing. Like basically, it's like all of the staples that I expect from Oh My Girl songs. So yeah, it's something I enjoyed, something that, hopefully they sort of, I know it's a summer comeback, but hopefully they're back on their trend of like the fun upbeat songs. Just everything about this comeback I really love, especially again, like the visuals part. Like I've been a Binny like fanboy for like the longest time, but Yua was just wrecking me to smithereens the whole time. So yeah, I'll have to deal with that later, but yeah, surprisingly enjoyable comeback from Oh My Girl. At number 6, we have 17, and their I guess it's sort of a pre-debut single. It's called Hit. So they released this song in August, and then this month in September they're going to release a new album called An Ode. So yeah, they sort of, much in the same way they did with Getting Closer, they sort of released it in anticipation of an album coming out like a month or two later. A really cool idea too, because I mean it's something you see a lot more in like Western music, where like, oh, they'll release a single and then to build up hype for an album. Usually like in K-pop, it's just you release the single at the same time as the album, so there's not that much of a hype build up. So yeah, I hope 17 keeps doing it. My friend, also like dance instructor at I Love Dance, DJ, he went on record as to say that that Hit by 17 is his favorite. It's his favorite 17 song, like of all time, and that carries a lot of weight because they have a lot of good singles. Like just this year alone, their single output just been incredible. Like both Korean and Japanese music. So this song's kind of going back to their roots a bit, just like really fun, hype type of songs, because they've sort of been dipping their toes into, a bit of house music, with like Don't Wanna Cry, a bit of hip hop, a bit of like EDM. So yeah, just returning to this like fun hype music was a really nice sort of thing to hear. And especially for me as someone that usually hates like those like sort of like banger EDM drop choruses. Sorry, Baron. Because I just get tired of it easily. I'm not tired of this one at all, or if anything, it's probably my favorite part, just because 17 is probably one of the few groups to sort of justify having like a really hype banger drop chorus, because their choreography is probably like unmatched in terms of K-pop. So yeah, the choreography here, as always, is just insane, incredibly clean, especially during the dance break. So it's sort of pushing like even 17 standards when it comes to choreography. So yeah, I'm slowly, like throughout the year, I've just been slowly becoming like a really big fan of 17. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I've been taking like some of their classes in terms of like learning the dance and everything. So yeah, they've just been on a real solid roll so far this year. I think they might sneak into sort of Artist of the Year sort of nominations, Best Boy Group, that sort of thing. So yeah, this will probably be their last release of the year, but I think, yeah, they've sort of solidified like their place in terms of as one of the best so far of this year, especially with Hit. Song's amazing. Number 5, we have another boy group, this time a debuting boy group from Produce X101. We have the group entitled X1 and their debut single, Flash. So, yeah, it's as always, it's that time of year for Produce 101 and the groups to debut. This song was produced by members of Monotree, so if you're familiar with Luna's music, they do a lot of Luna music. They do some other songs for like Red Velvet and other groups. We're going to be doing a full review of this tomorrow. The whole mini album they released, Quantum Leap. We're going to be doing a ProduceCast topic on it with Nate will be joining me for that. So I don't want to spoil too much so you can go check that video out. But I will say, Flash is probably one of my favorite Produce single or debut singles to date. It's just really catchy, really good, and I'll go into further details on ProduceCast. Number 4, we have Red Velvet with their song Umpah Umpah. So coming off of Zimzalabim, where they sort of beat you to death with the onomatopoeia and Zimzalabim, Zimzalabim like over and over again, I was kind of apprehensive going into another song with an onomatopoeia title in Umpah Umpah, but it's a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Like, they don't, like, it's, if anything, the chorus is super catchy without having to beat the onomatopoeia into your head. It's got that, signature Red Velvet weird kind of aesthetic to it. Like, I love, Red Velvet has one of my favorite sort of visual aesthetics just because it combines like fun, colorful, weird all at the same time. I was kind of falling off of their singles after like Really Bad Boy and Zimzalabim, but yeah, this definitely won me back. Again, just really a return to form for them. Funny thing is though, like, their album tracks just did not dip at all for me. Their album tracks are incredible, god tier level album tracks, especially the one off of Reva Festival Day 2, Ladies Night. That might be one of my favorite like Red Velvet album tracks of all time. Baron, Nate, and Sam did a full review of it, so you can check that out. I gave a bit of my sort of thoughts on it, but yeah, this was Umpah Umpah, really fun return to form for Red Velvet. Really happy with how this song came out. Number 3, we have IU and her song Our Happy Ending, which is off of the Hotel Del Luna OST. So Hotel Del Luna is probably like the drama of the season over in Korea. IU is the main lead, which is why she's doing the song here. I watched an episode of it. It's pretty good so far. A bunch of my friends have been telling me how good it is, so I just wanted to pick it up. I'm usually not one for like K-dramas, but it seems interesting so far. So I guess to give like a basic summary of the premise is like IU's like this, she's like 2,000 years old or whatever, and she's sort of like the manager at this hotel that's meant to help people that die pass on into the afterlife. The main lead guy sort of comes into her service, shenanigans ensue, that sort of thing. So really interesting concept. It's basically they turn the song Hotel California into an entire K-drama. So it seems fun so far, and we might actually do a review of it in all honesty, because I want to watch through all of it, and we might review this OST because just the names that were on this OST were insane. So just, you had like Taeyeon, you had Haze, you had Chungha, you had Ben, you had Red Velvet, you had Punch, you had Taeyong from NCT. Like, it's probably one of the most loaded soundtracks or like OSTs I've heard in years, or at all, because I've only been really paying attention to K-dramas for the past few years. But I mean, getting onto like IU's song, this one specifically, this is probably my favorite of the bunch, just because I've always been such a big fan of IU doing like emotional songs, vocal ballad type of things. For as much as we rail on these types of songs, IU is probably the one of the few people that does it the best. The first song I ever heard from IU was Peach, so I really love this sweetness and softness to her voice, and I just get to hear way more of that. And it's probably just because I missed it, because it's been like 2 years since Palette came out. So yeah, I've probably just been missing IU's voice for a while. So hopefully she comes out with a new album soon. Now that the show is done, I've been missing her doing music a while, but I mean, she's a great actress or actor in her own right. I mean, having watched Persona, watching Hotel Del Luna, she definitely has like all the talent there. So yeah, let us know in the comments if you want to see us do a drama review of Hotel Del Luna or an album review of their OST, or both even. So Next, we have at number 2, we have Sam Kim with "Where's My Money." So, if you're not familiar with Sam Kim, he's a Korean American singer-songwriter. He was the runner-up on Kpop Stars season 3. So that was a long time ago. So definitely have to sort of go back in the archives for that one. To sort of give a summary of him, he's basically like the Ed Sheeran or Jason Mraz of Korean pop music, because all the type of music he loves doing is like soul and blues, and like he plays the guitar, like there's like really like nice riffs, and he has like that really nice vocals that sort of accompany that, and he has like he raps a bit and everything. So again, like really he is like the Ed Sheeran of Korean music. Definitely one of the most talented artists I've in all of Korea too. Just I saw him a few years back because he's under Antenna Music, and Antenna is sort of this label that specializes in like singer-songwriters and people that do their own sort of thing. Yeah, just like they had the whole concert, and he was like playing guitar for both his songs, and like they were doing it as like a collective concert for like everyone under the label. He was playing guitar for other people's music and everything. Just super talented, multi-talented, like musician, singer, songwriter, and everything. Definitely, if you haven't heard of him, go check out his discography. He has a lot of good songs, and almost all of it's on Spotify, I believe. So definitely, "Where's My Money" is probably one of my favorite songs from him in a long time. So yeah, check this one out. Check his discography out. Sam Kim's just great singer. Before we get into number 1, I want to give some honorable mentions, having done the dishonorable mentions before. First of the honorable mentions goes to Smile Man by a Korean producer called Pink Noise. So that's the name of the producer. This originally was an unreleased demo song that was intended for Oh My Girl. Coincidence that they're also on the list. And I guess sort of the interesting part about this song is it was sung by Chu from the girl group Luna. I believe they said she sung this I don't know, a couple of years before she debuted, when she was still in high school or something like that. So just really cool. Like you see a lot of these like you hear about a lot of idols providing like tracking vocals or doing like demos and that sort of thing. You rarely get to hear like the original demos leaked or whatever, or just released. So it's pretty cool on for Pink Noise to release this as a sort of like Easter egg type of thing, especially now that Luna's really popular. So just really cool to see how Chu sort of grew as a vocalist. There's definitely some sort of relation in DNA between hearing her vocals on this song and to the way she sings on this song, and how she sang on like Heart Attack, like her solo debut. So yeah, it's cool to see that growth and everything. So if you're in orbit, definitely go check this one out if you didn't know the backstory behind it. Next on our honorable mentions, we have Blue by Dynamic Duo, which features Crush and Soul. So Dynamic Duo, one of the best sort of like Korean hip hop collectives out there. They do like this really cool, like chill hip hop type of music. They have incredible features all the time. Definitely continuing that trend here. They got Crush. Like Crush is probably. You could argue that Crush is better on the hook of other people's songs than he is on his own. Like, I love Crush's music, don't get me wrong, we'll talk about it later, but like him on like a lot of hooks is just, he's one of the best at it, which is why he always gets, he's usually on like the list like 4 or 5 times every month. So definitely good talent that they're bringing in here. And same thing with Soul. Soul is like a female solo singer. She's like the first singer that Divine Channel sort of produced directly under, I guess, like their tutelage. So she's this like really nice, smooth, buttery voice. Love her. So nice to see her feature with a group as big as Dynamic Duo. That should definitely help boost her profile, especially in Korea. I just kind of wish she had a longer part here, just because I love her voice probably the most out of all the people here, even over Crush. But yeah, it's still nice of her to get a feature, like a verse on this track. So yeah, if you're into like chill hip hop music, definitely go listen to this, because Dynamic Duo has some of the best. Next, we on honorable mentions, we have Winter Bear by V of BTS. So this is nothing like a BTS song whatsoever. It's like this really peaceful sounding, like acoustic guitar song. All the footage of the music video seems to be recorded when BTS was on tour. They had like this like world spanning tour and that went for months on end. So definitely need your quiet moments of just like walking around the different cities and just being a tourist. So in terms of like the actual song itself, V has always been one of my favorite voices, or just favorite vocalists in BTS, just because he has this really unique, soft kind of like raspy voice. So I think it works perfectly with this type of music. Definitely complements the sort of mood that he's trying to go for in this song. And it's such a far cry from BTS's like main type of thing. I love the change in style. It almost reminds me of something that like Bon Iver or City and Colour would do. These, sort of American or Canadian in City and Colour's case. Just sort of indie acoustic rock, or not really rock, just indie acoustic type of groups. Yeah, it's more along those lines than anything you'd hear from BTS normally. And I'd like to see more of this. Maybe with just V himself, or maybe as like the entire group. Like, I think, yeah, it's a side of BTS, or the BTS members, that we don't really get to see, or just anyone in terms of like big name idols just doing this type of music. It's usually your traditional piano ballad, or especially for a lot of boy groups, they like doing hip hop songs. So yeah, this was a really nice change of pace, especially for BTS and V. So this was a surprise, like enjoyable song for me this month. And the last of our honorable mentions second to last. Sorry, I lied. Goes to AKB48 with their song "Sustainable." So I'm kind of cheating here. Not a K-pop group, but I did want to mention them because there were a lot of Produce 48 members, or trainees, or whatever you want to call them on here. You had like Muto Tomu, Matsui Jurina, Shirama Miru, my favorite, and Tanaka Miku. So nice. I always like to keep up to date with whatever they're doing back in Japan. Hopefully, you can use this as a resource. If not, you can go check out 48 Talk. My friends over there, they cover like AKB48 and all of them, the sister groups, like way more in depth than I do. So I still need to collab with them though. So gotta get that done soon. Anyway, this song is like a really nice throwback to how like AKB48 songs from the late 2000s, like really old school, like classic, like Aki-P style girl group single. It's like this really nice. It's how I guess Japanese or J-pop groups do summer singles, or like summer concepts. It's like this really bright, colorful music video. Like the story of it kind of ties into like AKB48's history, and it's like they're building a time capsule of all the different songs that they're doing. Like they're trying to say that, like the lyrics of the song are like, the love that they have for whoever your fans or whatever will be sustainable, and like in the same way, like their music is sustaining throughout all these years. Man, they've been around for like 15 years now, so it definitely sustainable. Definitely is something to describe AKB48. Funny part in the music video though is because like they're driving around like the countryside and everything, and there's a part where Shirama Miru does like finger guns from the front seat, and I had like a mild heart attack because I thought she was like doing it from the driver's side, but I totally forgot that in Japan they do right hand drive, so she's in the passenger seat. So yeah, just mild heart attack there. But yeah, again, if you watched Produce 48 or you didn't get around to watching it, I'd say, or you want to sort of expand your musical horizons, yeah, check out some of AKB48 stuff. They have some really good music as of late, and same thing with the sister groups. And especially if you want to keep up with any of the idols that got popular here in Korea. So, and now the actual last honorable mention goes to Crush and his new single Nappa. This is his first release under P Nation, which is a Psy's new music label that has a bunch of other people like Hyuna, Edon, Jesse. Yeah, Crush is the first person to release music under the label. So definitely more of Crush's signature vocal style and type of like chill R&B, almost emo R&B type of thing. That's how I describe Crush. He's just nice music to listen to when you're just feeling down or just late night type of thing. I think probably my favorite part about this is the music video. Like Crush has his signature like style or like weirdness to his music videos, but it's just the way that he interprets the lyrics of the song. into the music video. So the lyrics of the song are about like relationship problems and like how he feels bad and like he feels like really like sort of down and depressed, and it's sort of reinterpreted into this almost like comical music video where Crush is just hanging out in LA. He just straight up jacks this dude's bike in the middle of LA for no reason. And like the whole music video, he's just feeling like really depressed and sad about it. Like he has no motivation. Like there's a part of the music video he coughs up like a laughing emoji, like tennis ball thing into the pool sort of thing. It's like really weird, very much Crush's creative style. So, and I think more of that's just gonna get to flourish under P Nation. Like I feel like they're probably gonna have a lot of more freedom than most music labels will, just because Psy, like just because the owner, like freaking Psy, he's all about creativity and weirdness. So yeah, I'm actually really pretty happy with this release. Pretty excited to see what he's gonna be doing under P Nation. Yeah, and number one. The number one K-pop song of August 2019, at least my number one K-pop song of August 2019 is, drumroll please, Stay Beautiful by Jimin Park, also known as Jamie. So, Jimin Park, former member now of 15 and host of After School Club, very much a singer, as she said on After School Club. This is her final song under JYP Entertainment before she leaves the company. So, yeah, what a song to go out on. Well, she's obviously going to put out music in the future, but man, what a song for her to just say goodbye to JYP Entertainment with. It's probably the best song she's ever released as a solo artist. Like, she has this really nice, like, R&B type of voice. So it just feels right at home here. With this song, like the style of music, it's got like blues, it's got like future bass in it, it's got like R&B. So this is something that I've been wanting to hear from her for a long time. Just very American inspired type of music. So she works really well in this space. On Reddit, I actually made the suggestion in like the video or the thread for this music video is that she should consider joining a label like Million Market, because Million Market is all about this type of like future R&B type of music. Like if you look at the people that are under Million Market, you got like Penomeko, you have Suran, you have Giselle, you have Moon. Just like all these like really sort of almost a bit of experimental type of deal, just R&B and trap and future based type of influenced artists. So I feel like she'd find a nice home there. I mean, if not, I mean, she can definitely do it on her own. She probably has the sensibility to sort of run the ship. But I mean, I can gush on and on about this song. Like the song itself is nice. Her voice is beautiful. The message of the song in particular, I really love. It's something we don't really hear about a lot in K-pop, in all honesty, because a lot of female vocal K-pop songs are usually talking about how much they want to win over Umpah for like the 100th time. But, this song has a really nice message in that it's talking about having a positive, self-image, physical, I guess just mental type of deal. And, Jamie, I feel like is someone that knows about a lot, or could speak on that better than most people, because she sort of, she received some scrutiny from back in the day. Like she wasn't, as skinny as a stick, so to speak. She definitely, definitely lost a bit of weight over the years. But yeah, she used to sort of get a bit of criticism over that. So I feel like she's the best spokesperson for this type of message. And again, it's like I said, it's something that I feel K-pop needs. Even the English version of the song is great. So they kind of, it's called the Jamie version. So it's just basically her singing in English. They sort of change the instrumental around a bit. I mean, it's different, but it's still a really good instrumental. So yeah, check that out too. Like, what else is there? Like the music video, it's pretty simple, but I love the styling. Like she has this really nice blonde hair color with like a purple ombre towards the bottom of it. She has like her tattoos showing. She definitely has like the self-confidence for a song like this, and definitely practices what she preaches. Just random cameo, by the way, from June and Jung Jin Woo from PLT. They're in this music video for whatever reason. I'm guessing they're friends, but it'd be cool to see a collab from them or something. I mean, I don't know if PLT ever like officially wanted to collab, or just it was just friends or whatever, but that'd be cool. But just for me, I mean, like it's number one for a reason, and I feel like this is her best song that she's ever released as a solo artist. it's certainly this one song alone just skyrocketed Jamie into my conversation for like truly Daebak Awards, like best female solo artist. Coincidentally alongside Becky Lynn, also a 15 and so. Yeah, those two are going to be sort of like fighting it out for some of the best female solo awards, I guess, for me. Just both of them have had amazing years so far in 2019. So I'm pretty happy with what they've released so far, and definitely kind of different vibes between each member. But I mean, I think they're really flourishing. Despite sort of the whole story of them just not getting that much music and having to do a lot of stuff on their own. I feel it's sort of forged them in the fire, so to speak, and they've come out as better artists. Because of it. So yeah, definitely, I know this is probably an unconventional number one pick, but really go listen to this song. She has an incredible voice. I feel like she's a really good role model for people out there. So Jamie, on the off chance you're listening to this, you're incredible. Really good song. So that's my top 10. Nate did submit his own top 10. Nate, the other co-host of the DaebakCast. His was at number 10 he had Rocket Punch's Bim Bam Boom. Number 9 he had JBJ95's Spark. JBJ95, another sort of spin-off of Produce 101. We have One Wee's Regulus. One Wee is One We and One Us type of like the whole. One Us was with the idol like group. One We was a rock band. So our Discord's been pretty high on that group lately. He had 17's Hit at number 7, Flash by X1 at number 6. So it's kind of same spots for me as me. He had DDD by The Boys, which we also reviewed. He has Fantasy by Pink Fantasy at number 4. So Pink Fantasy is like this like weird concept group that has like a bunny mask wearing person as a member, and then they basically just, it's no surprise Nate liked it because they basically pulled a page out of Dreamcatcher's playbook. Like they went like the sort of J-rock type of sound. Number 3 he had Adios by Everglow, which is a song I had my gripes with, but everyone else seems to like it. I mean, I explained more of why I don't, or I had issues with it in the article on Reddit, so go look into that if you want to see my thoughts. Number 2 he had Oompa Oompa by Red Velvet, and at number 1 he had Tiki Taka 99% by Wiki Miki. No surprise, IOI's biggest fan puts an IOI group or IOI branch at number 1. So that is the top 10 K-pop songs of August 2019. If you agree, let me know. If you disagree, let me know as well in the comments. Definitely let me know what your thoughts are on all the songs. If you discovered any new songs that you like through this list, be sure to check out the Reddit article to see the full list of all the songs we cover for this month. Check out the YouTube playlist, as I mentioned before, to see to hear all of the songs as well. Yeah, I guess that'll do it for the episode. Again, as always, subscribe to us here at youtube.com/trulydaebak. Like the video. If you like it, click the bell to be notified every time we release a new video, and that's usually every week. Audio listeners, if you're hearing this, after this episode, after this part, you'll be going into Produce Cast. Everyone else can ignore that section. But yeah, that'll do it for DaebakCast episode 135.5. Till next time, thank you, good night, and as Jamie says, stay beautiful.
That's what I was saying. But so it sounds like it's awesome. They listened to us. They did a new SW song, which they didn't do before, which is something we really wanted. And they ended with Bet Bet, which is definitely something that they should have done.
And Segno's really good too. I love that song.
Yeah,
like all the songs were great. Like it was like one of those things where I'm like, I feel like